I feel like. Hello.
Hi.
We are live. We're talking about notebooks and green screens. It's fine.
Instead of complying at all, I'll just send you all live.
Yeah.
Hi,
Oh,
friends.
you can't send me a book. We're live.
Yeah.
I'm upset.
You're asking me to do so. Oh no, oh, I can't believe. Oh no. Hope everyone's doing well. keeping well. Happy Valentine's Day to anyone celebrating.
Happy birthday, Ray.
The happy Monday to anyone who's not. Thanks.
Happy birthday, Ray.
That's not what I was aiming for, but I shall blush.
Happy birthday.
Go along with it. Yeah. Birthday.
Happy birthday.
Faye in Emporium also shares the same birthday, so it's a birthday for Ray and Faye. I appreciate
cute.
the rhyme. It is very cool. Anyway, yes. TTRPGs. That's what we're here for.
You sure?
Maybe, possibly. There's a space heist, apparent. A kind of space heist, but
There's
we're calling it a
space
space
heist?
heist. That's what we're rolling with. Yeah, before we go ahead and jump into the episode here, there's a couple more people that keep us on the air. One of those is the wonderful folks at Grinding Coffee, who are a Black LGBT-owned coffee company that do a fantastic mix of various different flavors and blends. I believe they're going to be cycling through a few new flavors soon, so keep an eye out for that on their socials, Grinding Coffee Co., and on their website of the same name as well. You should definitely go ahead and check them out. Put in the code FWRD for some money off your order, and that goes towards helping the channel, and you'll be supporting an independent business as well. So go ahead and check them out. The other one is, of course, we are a Roll20 Spotlight stream. Roll20 is an online tool set that allows you to play TTRPGs with your friends and bring those onto the online sphere as well. Especially in the TTRPG sphere, there are a lot of us that are across a lot of different time zones. Even in this very call, in fact, there's a lot of people in a lot of different time zones. Roll20 helps to make that a little bit easier, with a place for you to keep your games, keep them tracked, and GM online. There's a whole bunch of tool sets you can use either for free or paying for one of their membership packages, which gets you a bunch of bonus stuff and sometimes free stuff as well, which is pretty neat, and access to all of the beta the beta tools that they're going to be using, like dark mode. I can't wait. But yeah, so you should go ahead and check them out. They also have a marketplace full of TTRPGs that have been fully converted into Roll20, or just random assets for trees and enemies and maps and that kind of thing. So you should go ahead and check them out at roll20.net. This is how we roll. And with that, I'm still talking because I just realized that I'm doing the recap. So, where we last left off, the team here had gotten themselves as prepared as they could be and had ventured into the Verdant Vale, staying there, having a chat with the locals, figuring out a little bit about the mysteries of the Vale, and raising many, many more questions than answers in some situations, I feel. We met Dewan's grandmother and met back up with our ranger, Nawi, who went through their ceremony to become a Veil Rider. You met their family. There were some interesting conversations had, some pleasant, some less pleasant. And as Nawi settled into their transformation, you realized there was still this looming task, and so, gathering your things, saying your goodbyes, you exited the Vale for who knows how long, and found yourselves in the room of Queen Elowen, who was a little surprised to see you for obvious reasons, who informed you that essentially the preparations were ready to go. And so, in the gap between, yes, there was gay angst, a lot of gay angst, Gangst is perhaps not what I would call it. That doesn't sound good.
Gangst?
Gangst.
Gangst.
God, no.
That was Rochelle's. Oh, sure. Roll with it. Yes, and there was indeed a little burb friend who helped handle a delivery for you, perhaps against your will / better judgment.
Yeah, that
after,
package is gone. It's lost.
Hey, but if it's lost, no one can find it, right?
That was our plan all along.
I guess
That was our plan.
I
No
guess,
one
I
who's
suppose.
looking for it can find it. Someone who's not looking for it might just come across it.
And yeah, in the gap between last episode and this episode, the party has made whatever last minute decisions they need to make, and along with Queen Elowyn, Sinclair, and a few armed individuals, just a small contingent, you all bundle onto, for some of you, your first time onto an airship. Now, a little while ago, you've seen a few kind of ships here and there, some of you, and a while ago you saw one fly over the top of Scythia. That was a very large and very clearly luxurious vessel. That was very decorative, clearly very spacious. This is not that.
Now we're in a dinghy. And we're going to take a 3-hour tour.
Not quite. Not quite a dinghy, but definitely different.
A puddle hopper.
Yeah, not a puddle jumper either. No. This thing is definitely more of a military vessel. You can see thick armor plating around the outside. It's a lot thinner, a lot more compact. There's definitely less in terms of amenities. Boarding and actually taking a quick kind of look throughout, you basically see a small kitchen, a small like mess hall, places to stay, an armory, a war table of sorts, and that's about it. There's not a lot else on this ship, other than storage for various kinds of armor and weapons and ammunition that is used both by the people and on the ship. There is kind of a small decking that runs around the outside just to get around a little easier. And then the front section, even though it kind of curves inwards, it's definitely flat. It doesn't reach like a full curve at the top. It reaches a straight line. And at this flat area, you would see multiple individuals getting themselves prepared, all in kind of like almost rusted looking armor. It's a very strange pattern coloration across them, and each one tends to a wyvern. And those are also on the ship and are pretty much staying in place and being taken care of and being calmed and instilled with some kind of confidence before the ship eventually does take off. This ship is a lot quieter, thankfully, for some of you. The engines begin to rev, the magic begins to take hold, and the ship begins to elevate. But there's immediately a far quieter air about it. Definitely not silent, but far, far, far better than the airship you encountered a little while ago. The journey doesn't take too long, thankfully. You can go ahead and kind of get another rest in before you arrive, and a significant amount of time passes before you end up towards the island. In the early hours of the morning, you see the first of the three suns kind of come up across the horizon, but the entire collection hasn't fully risen up into the sky yet. There's still this kind of pinkish shroud across both the sky and the very few clouds that are up here. You can hear the ruckus as people are beginning to move around to be more prepared, gathering their weapons. There's probably like 12, maybe 13 of these individuals on top of the Queen herself and Sinclair, as well as like the obvious like running the ship crew. You are eventually summoned to where this landing pad of sorts is. You look out towards this pretty small and kind of isolated island. Definitely more kind of a little more isolated than maybe you'd expect. There's a small kind of dock area which clearly is used to, you know, like travel supplies and people and that kind of thing, but there seems to be almost an underwater wall around the outsides of the island that you would notice even through the water, even at this height. It's very, very obvious through the water itself. There's small kind of fortifications around the outside, but it by no means is particularly heavily populated. You're guessing there's maybe like 40, 50 individuals here. Maybe a bit less, maybe a bit more, just judging by the buildings that are here. The group kind of begins to chatter between themselves and will look towards Sinclair for verification. And Elowen turns around towards you all and just gives this kind of very solemn and focused look. Just, I hope the journey hasn't been too painful. This is the last chance to get anything else sorted before we go ahead. So if there's anything you need to do, or I'm an open book.
Wait, are we going to die?
No, I doubt it. But
You just, the way you said that made it sound like you thought we were going to die.
I'm just not a fan of combat, I suppose.
Oh, I mean, if we are stealing something, don't we need to be sneaky?
Yes, definitely.
Are we stealing something? Just information, right? Or
People kept saying heist. I was not here for the first planning meeting.
yeah.
Information and whatever else you can really gather, whether that be items, tomes,
Okay.
whatever you can really provide that would be of interest.
Information and an upper hand.
Exactly that. Trying to figure out why they're doing what they're doing, what exactly they are, and preferably a way to free those individuals at some point. Perhaps freeing them now would be too dangerous, but...
Wait, so don't free the people.
if you can find a safe way to get them out, absolutely.
I could just fight all the bad people.
We want to avoid fighting the people in a ship that come from a different dimension, seeing as there might be other people in the dimension that might get, you know,
This thing
Okay.
uses...
information.
whatever it is, uses interesting planar magics. Fighting them on their own land, so to speak, is probably not advised. Or at least, you know, a full-scale combat. Obviously, you deal with what you need to deal with. You have more than enough capability to do so, all of you. But I also want you all back in one piece. And as much as I would love those people freed, I don't want to free them into a worse situation that they would have been in already. Not an easy decision to make, I know, but the safety of yourselves and those people are paramount. Well, all right. Turns kind of slow, looks towards Sinclair, who realizes he's being looked at and kind of stands to attention. Just, your men are ready? He'll nod once. All right. Don't get yourself killed. Especially not on my account. Turns back towards you. Sinclair and his men will be the bait, the distraction to keep, one, the people on the island safe, and two, to try and pull more of their forces off of this vessel in order to give you a little bit more breathing room. We'll turn back towards Sinclair. Just, no, but really, don't die. I will be incredibly disappointed. Sinclair will just smile, look back. I have served you for centuries now. I'm not going to die here.
Mara's like, centuries? Okay, Sinclair, we're having drinks after this. But Mara would message the queen and say, if Logan comes back and none of the rest of us do, kill him.
Sinclair will smirk at Queen Elowen and take a few steps back and go towards what seems to be the lead rider of this pack as they're getting ready to kind of dismount off of this landing pad. There's a quick kind of chatter between them before he turns towards you all and just says, I wish you the best of luck. God, I'm getting old.
Oh, we do not need luck. We are very skilled. You seem like you are also very skilled, so I will not wish you luck because you are very skilled.
Who needs luck?
I like you all. And Sinclair will kind of arms out, fall back, and plummet off of the platform.
I want to do that. That was pretty cool.
Are we?
Yeah, is that... Do we have to do that?
Can I do that?
There's a few moments where you see the riders beginning to prepare. They're kind of sorting out their last-minute weapons, tightening the straps around the kind of mount, the harness that they have. The wyverns kind of begin to spread their wings. And there is a loud, deep roar that echoes throughout the sky as swooping back up and almost joining into a formation as the wyverns begin to dismount, step forwards, and come upwards is the old but still beautiful scales of an ancient copper dragon that twirls in the air before dive bombing back down and heading straight towards the island below.
Oh, I can't do all of that, but I can do the jumping part.
I suppose you could. Not entirely sure about the landing.
I would figure it out.
Wait, is nobody gonna say anything about the dragon?
I feel like Dawan's just gonna look over at Mara.
I didn't even get a chance to ask it for a hug.
He said he was not going to die. You could ask him later.
Well, yes, I can ask him later. I'm more concerned about what we have to do.
Wait, who? What's happening?
Her, them, dragon. Gonna hug it later. We've got stuff to do.
The dragon's on
Cindrix.
our side, right?
Yeah, that was Sinclair.
Yes.
That was Sinclair.
Was that clear?
No.
Oh. I
Sinclair.
thought everyone knew. Okay.
Or Cindrix has been under my service for a long, long time. We've become very good friends.
So when he just like fell off the side, that he knew that was the plan was. Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, he didn't have to be quite so flashy about it, but he also hasn't had the chance to stretch his wings in a while.
If I was a dragon, I would be flashy about it.
I'm sorry. Wait, I think you just skimmed over this. Sinclair. His actual name is Cindrix, or one of his name? Is it? I need to know.
His true name is Cindrix. He then took the first part, became Sinclair, and went into hiding as a bodyguard of sorts.
Listen, I remember we had to kill some things because there was no dragons available, and Sinclair was available. We're having talks after this. But we have this to concentrate on because the dragon's not going to help with this. They're not very sneaky.
No.
Well, I mean, not in that form at least. They're sneaky, just not stealthy. They're always sneaky.
Shall we go sneak onto?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Spaceship.
Let's.
Scythia has been ruled for a very, very long time by members of Draconic blood. Whether that be individuals that my family line make friends with, allies from older ages, or our bloodline itself. I suppose it's not exactly the best kept secret in Scythia, but I understand your hesitation. She reaches down and takes like her blade from the side and just Naui, dear, would you mind?
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it. Scythia isn't exactly ruled by Queen Elowen. It is ruled by Undavariel. And it has been a long time myself also since I've had the chance to spread my wings. She'll smile, and there's a bright, solid light that kind of covers across her for a moment that just seems to radiate out, and there's a small kind of almost a boom, just this like thoom of sonic energy almost, as this strange kind of tune begins to play around her. Nothing specific, just a collection of scattered notes here and there that seem to create this rather enchanting melody. The light kind of begins to expand and expand as this draconic form appears on the airship itself. Just outstretched, long, thinner than Sinclair, but long, silvery wings that cover across the entire body. As she has multiple sets that kind of come back across her spine. Her head rears up. This is the plan.
Does Mara know any draconic curses because she speaks draconic, because she is saying all of them right now. She'd already had enough at the end of last episode.
Now
She's
he
like,
now he looks at Mara and then looks at Dewan and mind links with Dewan because I remembered I can do that. I don't think it's a good time to tell Mara, but I knew. I wanted to tell you that I knew, but it was not my secret to tell. I feel like I owed you telling you that I knew because we're partners. But Mara seems quite upset, so I will talk to her later about it.
Yeah, you should never mention. No,
She's swearing a lot.
I can understand every word. You should never reveal that you knew this to Mara ever.
Oh. Okay.
Just. Okay, so dragons. Do you know any other dragons? Is anyone else a dragon? We'll carry this conversation. I need to know all the dragons.
Off camera, because I can just keep it open. We're just like talking out loud, and you're just like, so is that person the dragon?
Yes. Yes.
Well, Mara already thought Kato was a dragon, so she's
They're all dragons all the way down.
It's like it's a whole city dragons.
That guy, that pilot, is he a dragon?
Is the whole city on a dragon? In the ground?
Ray fiercely changing notes.
Yes.
I said everyone's a dragon now. Andavariel will crouch down, extend a wing down, creating a sort of ramp. Just
dragon ramp.
I'll get you in.
Half pipe.
Yes, let me quickly skate a dragon. I will get you close. I will get you in, and then the rest is up to you. I'll go ahead and rejoin Sinclair and his forces.
Okay.
Do you want me to keep your sword, or?
For now, if you will.
Puts it over her back.
What
so
color's
like
Andavariel?
X. Silver?
Silver.
And you said multiple wings?
Yes.
Like more than 2?
Yes.
Okay.
just one way.
I guess I guess
Sephiroth the dragon.
I guess
technically 2 is multiple.
I guess
wings.
to be fair, yeah, like multiple wings, and you're like, dragons have 2 wings, right? Did I remember that right? Did
I just
Sinclair
want to
have...
make sure there's like more than 2.
Maybe multiple pairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Andavariel has 6.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so 6 wings.
3 pairs.
Because you could be like, wait, was Sinclair like a Chinese dragon? Did I miss that?
Like no wings or like
Sinclair
just
is more of
multiple
a.
legs?
Sinclair is more of a. Like a westernized dragon, kind of like quite big, quite bulky, like bronze copper scales. Whereas Andavariel is not quite an Eastern style dragon, but is definitely a lot longer. And has
Like
2
Dragon Ball
large
Z
wings.
type.
Yeah, longer, not like super long.
We're
Definitely
talking-
more kind of
we're
elongated.
talking- I also like just this whole like screw the heist. We need to focus on the dragons. We're talking true dragons, right? Like not wyverns, dragons with the wings on the back.
They are true dragons.
Okay,
yes.
good. Yes.
Yeah.
good.
I gotta.
4 legs, 6 wings.
I really gotta say, this airship has a crazy maximum capacity. Because to be clear, mechanically, when dragons change shape, they don't lose their stats, so they're still as heavy as like being a dragon.
Right, but they. Oh yeah. Oh.
With 2.
Oh yeah, you had an engine at some point, just like.
Like they got on the ship and like, why are they both coming by?
We should have brought the bigger airship.
So Mara's gonna make sure that she gets up front when we climb on Andavariel, and she's gonna hug her because she can't do anything about it.
On the back.
Everyone else
Just
is
on
just
back,
like
just-
holding on, and then like Mara's just like arms around the neck, like just like.
I'm not hugging you, I'm just holding on. I'm hugging
Exactly.
Yeah. With Sinclair, they have very kind of obvious, like, westernized, like, scale patterns. With Undavarial, she's a lot slimmer and sleeker, definitely built for speed rather than power. Like I said, a lot longer. 2 wings towards the front shoulder blades, 2 wings towards the back, and then another 2 kind of like almost like stabilizer wings of sorts. They're a lot smaller and actually on the top of the tail that are used to kind of sharpen movements. So she's probably very, very quick in the air.
I love it.
Yeah. She'll go ahead and wait until you're all comfortable. And there are small kind of like ridges on the back, not quite spikes, but definitely like ridges on the back that you can go ahead and cling to.
I'm gonna like kind of like unwrap my like arm branches so that I can kind of like get a better hold.
So there's 8 of us. Is Lupa coming with us, or is she staying on the ship? Because Shikari will do whatever Lupa is doing.
Naui would have let you know she planned to leave Lupa, but she can call Lupa. She doesn't know if she can call Shikari yet. She's like, I can tell Lupa to come whenever I need her. So
I can tell Shikari to come. I have to cast a spell to do it, but because I don't know how comfortable Shikari will be on a dragon's back.
Lupa is
even if it is for a short time. Because we don't know how long the ship's going to take to get here, right?
Well, Undavarial will wait for a moment as Syndrix and his forces make their way to the island, and there's definitely some kind of change in the air as soon as they land, almost as if they've been detected, as it were. You feel the air get a little heavier around you. You see ahead what was once this kind of beautiful blue sky with a few kind of like speckled clouds here and there. There's a section just ahead of you, just over the island towards the other side, where there's now a black spot of cloud beginning to form. It's very, very, very high up in the sky at this point. It begins to swirl and mix for a moment. As it stops swirling, it begins to expand outwards slightly. You hear this kind of high-pitched shrill that pierces through the air as there's a flash of blackish purple energy. And through the cloud itself, you begin to see these small black and gray spires kind of coming out of the clouds. Not enough to see the vessel in its entirety, as it's using this cloud to obscure itself, but you do see these small sections of black and silver, some kind of metal, you're not entirely sure from this distance, poking through sections of the cloud.
Hey, Logan, can you see enough of the ship to tell Andavarial? I have to keep looking at her name. Which side she should take us to?
Yeah, I can go ahead and get us sorted. All right, gonna need to get a little closer first, certainly, but I can guide you. I can guide you the right way. He'll not get himself as comfortable as he can on this on Undavarial's back, and he's very clearly not particularly pleased with the idea of this trip, but...
And Odian was coming with us as well, right? So there's 6 of us?
Yeah, okay. Odian is also there with you. Who's just kind of...
Oh, wait, no, there was also Ton. is coming with us too, so there's 7 of us.
You've got a lot of NPCs.
Yeah.
You've brought a whole little gang with you. Yes, you have Logan, you have Torn, you have Odian.
Is that sneaking?
Well,
I just feel like, aren't we concerned that maybe they'll see the dragons? I don't really know what's happening.
Well, the plan was to split in 2 once we got inside.
Yeah.
Was the plan.
So we send the NPCs down a different hallway.
They're the distraction.
Of course, some ruckus.
Maybe we split the part. There's 4 of us, so 2 with 2 NPCs and 2 with 1 NPC.
We have team distraction and team extraction.
So Logan has to get the information because he's the one who knows the layout of the ship and how to read their language.
I can help people sneak, so I should probably be with the person who's actually going to get the stuff.
And
I was gonna say you should go with the people, clerks, who have disadvantage on sneaking because freaking class and armor and bullshit like that.
Okay.
We haven't talked about this, but I don't wear armor, so is that just?
We haven't talked about it. I'm a tree.
Yeah.
What?
Like,
well,
am I just loud because like leaves like?
One of the clerics should go with Logan, and whoever goes with Logan,
cleric on each
because
side.
Heal.
Cleric on each.
I mean, if it helps, one of the NPCs will know possible trays, so don't worry about it.
Right.
Because one is a.
But I am all for sending the NPCs off because the NPCs has a rogue, a cleric, and then Logan. And he's the one that needs to read the stuff, and then we can be team distraction. Because we're good at that.
Listen, Ray can't off camera make us not get the information if we send the NPCs alone.
Yeah, like
it's
only they go get it. You control everybody needs to get the thing.
I see how it is. All right.
It's a foolproof plan. The NPCs can't fail off camera. We'd be like, oh, you just didn't want us to do it, Ray.
Yeah, Ray, you clearly set us up for failure. Now please talk amongst yourself.
I have one cool sneaking thing that I want to do while we're in this thing, so as long as I can do that.
I have a bunch of cool sneaking stuff I've never used, so.
Yeah,
like
I have one cool sneaking
my
thing.
magic item I got to pick when Ray let me make a character is a sneaking thing that's never come up.
And we're not going to distract unless it's necessary.
Cool.
So like they're about to be caught, we distract then. So we're still team sneak. Right.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Sounds good. I realized I kind of glossed over the fact that you have 3 NPCs with you. Logan is just Logan, just wearing the robe he was wearing. He doesn't seem to have prepared anything in particular. Torn is there with his full plate armor, his shield, his blade, and Odian is there.
I mean, worst comes to worst, Odian can always carry Ton on the shield to help with the sneaking part.
Odian is there. He's got his chair with him, and it's kind of modified a little just to be able to switch from wheels to kind of like clasps so that they can also ride along with Andavariel. The only real difference is Odian now has a huge-ass backpack on his back. Like, huge. That's the only real difference between all of them at the moment. But yeah, you can all jump on, and as this ship begins to form and manifest, Andavariel will take a breath, a deep exhale, just, all right, let's do this. And with a quick shake, just to get herself into the zone. She'll break out into a full sprint across this decking, jump off the side, and immediately catch the air. There's a glisten kind of from her scales where the sun hits, careens off elsewhere. There's a few moments of nothing before you hear the very, very distant sounds of combat on the island below. Andavariel takes this as her sign. You see small little build-ups of air underneath her wings as she kind of glides there, almost as if she's taking the air that she's riding on and kind of storing it almost. And then, with one quick movement, she pulls all of her wings back against her body and torpedoes herself forwards. Kind of almost, not quite spinning, but kind of like trying to get a little bit more momentum, obviously, because you're on her back. But yeah, she tries to get herself a little bit more momentum as she just pushes forwards at a rather ridiculous speed at this point. You can almost see like a build-up of a build-up of air behind her as it trails outwards. There's almost a little bit like of an aeroplane trail for a moment as she goes before it disperses behind. Getting a
Mara
little
tries
close.
not to have flashbacks of falling off a rock.
No, this ride far safer. You're good.
Doesn't want us to fall off.
Yes, exactly. There's a few moments of travel as she continues forwards, and now you can see this large, very strange and almost uncomfortable ship design that is ahead of you. These large spires leading to a main body, and then underneath the main body itself, these four large, kind of like almost claw-like spikes that kind of come underneath. They seem to come outwards to a definitive point ahead of the ship itself. You see multiple, what you would assume to be cannons across the side, but none of them seem to be firing nor interested in firing at this current time, thankfully. Andavariel flies a little more before Logan goes, all right, so Queen, just, you know what, no, this is easier, and will close his eyes and pause for a moment, begins speaking in his mind towards the Queen. There's a few moments of silence before there's a nod from the dragon. And you take a slightly different direction, begin a different elevation, come upwards and around this cloud. You end up kind of coming through, breaking through the cloud layer, and landing on what seems to be a relatively flat area at the very top of the ship itself. She'll go ahead and touch down immediately, drop her wing to the side, and there's an immediate feeling of coldness and otherness about this space. It immediately feels uncomfortable, almost like your brain can't fully process what's around, even though all you can really see is just nothing but this kind of black mist around the outside. Something just feels wrong. It's not a pleasant feeling at all. The wing drops down as Andavariel takes a breath and just all right, I guess don't stay here for too long. This doesn't feel particularly fantastic.
We will be quick in and out job.
So, and I will come and get you if, one, something goes disastrously wrong, or two, you just need to get out quickly. So please, whoever is able, get a message to me.
I'm sure you will see if things go disastrously wrong.
Perhaps.
Not that that will happen.
I suppose that remains to be seen. I know you don't lead luck, but I bestow it upon you regardless.
Thank you.
Well, we have a job to do.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
Now we will pass without trace us before we get inside.
Okay. Pass without trace. That is a plus 10, right?
Plus
To
10
stealth
to
checks?
stealth checks for me and... Oh, just any creature from 30 feet of me, so everybody right now.
Nice.
All right. Awesome. As you all get dropped off, Andavara will wait until you get into the section itself. There seems to be a small hatch on the top of this spire, as it were. No stairs going down around the outside, but this small hatch. No door across it. As you kind of take a look, it is just a sheer drop. It's probably 70, 80 feet.
This is a friendly
All the way
ship
down?
design. This is a great ship design.
I mean, now he is like, okay, let's go. Now he gets ready to jump, so.
I can carry someone on my back, probably.
As we
Oh, I could take one person too.
as we jump,
Puts her hands out.
Yeah, whoever wants to come with me. I have a climb.
Yeah, I also have a climb.
Yeah.
Mara just jumps.
oh god.
Okay, I guess Logan.
Oh.
Would you
yeah,
like...
Dawan's just going to put her arms around Dowie's neck and just
And then now he jumps.
don't you drop me!
I crawl like the creepy tree I am.
I
Wait,
have a
do you
climb
cr-
speed, but
Do you
I
crawl?
saw Mara jump.
Yeah, I crawl down.
Do you crawl like
Incredible,
those
perfect.
puppets that we remember? Those puppets.
Yes.
Yes.
The mannequins.
The mannequins.
The mannequins down the chute. Excellent.
I think this
Like,
was
it
before
does not
Naui
look
joined
like
us.
normal crawling. It's very like
I hate it.
insect-like.
Oh, how the turns tables.
Yes. I was the one who did not want to destroy those things.
True, true.
They're just climbing. What's wrong? Why is everybody freaking out?
All right. Yeah, you can go ahead and descend your own ways. Mara, do you have a way to break your fall?
No.
'Cause that's an 80
Mara
foot
falls. She's dexterous.
80 feet dexterous. Oh my god. Dawan
Go ahead
starts
and make a
readying
dexterity
her
saving
cleric
throw.
back.
22.
22. Okay, okay.
You know,
Okay.
she is jumping. She is not being knocked off the back of something.
Let me just roll some dice here.
I've got a cape, a cloak. It can be a parachute. She's got the feathers of whatever falling we have.
Another fall token.
Yeah, those things.
I forgot about that.
I mean, that would slow your fall.
I was gonna say, if you want to use a featherfall token, if you have one, then yeah, absolutely use
Is it
that.
like a one and
She
done?
will use a
type thing?
feather fall token.
Yeah, because you'd be taking damage otherwise. So it's up to you.
She'll use it. Since she knows we have a dragon to get us off the ship now. That was not in her original planning sessions, right? You know, she was just like... She has 2 dragons she can call if she starts falling and plummeting to her doom.
Yes. Logan will go ahead and float themselves down.
Okay.
It's probably going to be Torn who's going to
Okay.
go ahead and hitch a ride on Jacaranda because Torn ain't got shit for that.
Yeah.
Well,
And then-
he does if he wants to be on his shield. We've done that before.
And Odeon just kind of like wheels on up and then just and just like 90-degree angle just begins like wheeling his way down the chute itself, reaches the bottom, just right, well, that could have gone a lot worse. I'm glad no one just fell to their death. That would have been an awful way to start all of this.
Now he did jump. I don't know if you understood that.
Oh, you did jump.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
you
Now
have a
we
way to break your
jumped.
fall.
Yeah, we like, you're like, don't drive me like falling and falling, like, you trust me, yeah?
Yes, of course.
Okay,
implicitly.
now we will Misty Step.
Um,
When there's 30 feet, I can't take you with me, but then she's gonna catch Juan.
Okay. Make me a
Wait,
dex check.
so this cat is falling through the air.
You said make a
For
dex
30
save?
feet.
Make a dex check.
Dex check.
Yeah.
Natural fucking 20.
Thank
Nice.
Love.
fuck.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
The power of love.
So, like, we're falling, and there's, like, of, like, green smoke, and then you're just, like, free falling, and then you, like, fall in Naui's arms. See? I got you.
I feel like I need to roll something to stop from just like screaming. Just from, you trust me, right? Vanishes as we're falling, and we're supposed to be sneaky.
You could roll a Constitution save, I guess.
It's one hell of a trust fall.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll roll a con.
If you want to roll
It's
a
a
dice,
se-
I'm
it's
not
a
gonna stop
19.
you from
It's a
rolling dice.
19.
You trust me implicitly and
There
explicitly.
you go. You're both good.
I
both
do,
good.
but there's just a little as you catch me, Dawn just goes.
I thought if I told you, you would say no, so...
I'm really glad you didn't tell me, but also next time, please tell me.
Okay. Next time, just know that is the plan. If there's a hole, that's my plan.
Okay. I just wasn't anticipating you not being there. Okay. Thank you for catching me. Is like super stiff, like limbs locked.
What?
I just love the image of everything that's going on here. We have like a heavily armored paladin riding a creepy climbing tree. We have Mara just like cape fluttering, clothes fluttering in the breeze with this.
He's doing the
feather
vampire jump.
Yeah, just like jumping and then just descending with the grace. We have the Naruto-esque like bamf away, bamf down to the bottom, and then just Odeon just wheeling his way down. It's just a very funny collection of images in my head. Yeah. So
We're in.
you safely, in your own ways, make your way down to the bottom, and you can see the very the very alien structure around you. There's multiple openings, not quite doorways, but openings, sprawling across different sections of the ship. There are openings on the ground that you're currently on that lead onwards. There's random holes in sections of the wall that are like elevated and angled in different places that are very clearly paths elsewhere. It's very HR Giga in a way, like a very kind of grotesque, kind of like black metallic pattern across the walls. It doesn't really look refined at all. Almost looks like it's just been kind of like carved out of a giant metal deposit or something. There's a lot of kind of like bumps and strangeness. The only thing you really kind of pay attention to is one, the entire area is lit with this dark reddish glow from these small oval-shaped orbs that seem to be scattered with no real rhyme or reason across a lot of these corridors and walls. The second thing you would notice is sections of carvings and writings across the top and bottom of these walls. Mara, the carvings look incredibly familiar to you.
So shoot message Logan. Okay, give me a mental picture of how this ship should be laid out. Now that we're here.
All right. Well, to the best of my ability, and they'll essentially kind of explain the ridiculous crisscross of tunnels going on here. This is a very, very strangely laid out ship where a lot of these movement areas you kind of have to fly upwards almost, and then there's divides that lead to other divides. It's a lot of crisscrosses and intersections, but they'll point out a few key rooms that are probably going to be worth exploring. There's where you have landed, essentially, is kind of like one of the central sections of this area. There is a large kind of storage area towards the back. There is some kind of holding cell / simulation area, as Logan describes it, off towards the left-hand side of the ship. There doesn't really seem to be any crew quarters per se. There's the bridge towards the front, and something that Logan only refers to as the pool next to the bridge. There's a few other rooms here and there, but those are kind of like the important ones that he points out.
And where does he need to go to find what their mission is?
Either the pool or the bridge would be the best places for that.
Okay.
So one team to the pool and one team to the bridge.
I like pools.
I do kind of feel like maybe we should split the party with some of our new friends.
I will go where I am needed.
And I know that they're pretty much a group consciousness, right? So I would ask if the pool is where he would access the group consciousness.
The pool is it's a place where I can do that, yes. Or at least I can access the ship's consciousness. I can access their consciousness anytime. That's fine. But it's more accessing the ship's memories, as it were.
If you access their consciousness, are they also accessing your consciousness? They would know we were here.
Right. So yeah. So cool. You head towards the pool, and then I would assume that most of the people would be on the bridge or the holding cells, because they're here to get the people that are here.
More than likely either the holding cells or the storage areas.
Okay. So yeah. So Logan's party needs to go to the pool, and I think we should go to the holding cells. Because then we can at least see if they currently have people on the ship already. And how many. So that gives us information. While Logan goes and accesses where the ship's been, what's it's been up to, all that good stuff. which none of us will be able to access.
What sense? I mean, I might be able to, but that sounds good.
Well, then why don't we go with Logan to the pool?
Oh, yes, sure. And then
So we're
you
going to
two-
split.
Wait,
and
oh,
then
are we?
us
Wait.
two.
Well, I mean,
I was talking about sending the NPCs over to the pool.
oh, I thought we had this whole, like, do we really want to send the NPCs to gather information?
Yeah, I don't feel like we should send the NPCs by themselves.
You can if
I
you'd
mean,
like. That's
The
fine.
one
like-
NPC is going to be the only one who's going to gather the information is the thing.
I mean, now
None of us are going to mind meld with the whatever the pool.
Now
Yeah,
we
but
can
we
mind
could-
meld with things.
But we could find other things.
Okay, I'm up for whatever.
2 minds are better than one.
So I guess my question is, if we do find people in these cells and we want to try to get them out, that might be easiest done with Pass Without a Trace? Or can you only do that the one?
I can do it more, and it lasts for an hour.
Also, one of
Last
the
an hour?
NPCs has passed without trace. Is it Logan?
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Logan has Pass Without Trace.
Then
Okay, so-
now we should not go with.
Yeah, we're gonna have to split the Pass Without a Trace, then, probably.
Logan is the only full caster.
Okay.
Wait, Logan's a full caster? I thought he was a bard.
Lots of full casters. They get access
Sure
to
we
9th
are.
level spells. They're full
Yeah.
casters.
Yeah, I get nine. If you get 9th level spells, that's how it's classified. Bards, clerics.
Mara
bards.
just doesn't have Pass Without a Trace because she's like, shh. I want to be seen.
I'm here, witness.
Now we will go where people think she needs to go.
Well, if Logan is going to the pool, and they have passed that trace, and we want to go to the bridge, or a team wants to go to the bridge, they should also pass that trace. So we need.
Okay,
we need to
so
split
Mara will
Logan.
go with Logan because she's used to dealing with him.
Okay.
And, but she'd actually want Dewan as her cleric because Dewan is roguey.
No.
So she would want Logan, Dewan, and Odian.
No, this is fine. It's just you're the number one cleric. Flash through my head.
Yes.
Exactly. But no, it wasn't for that reason. It was because Dewan has rogue and is stealthy.
Dawan does have rogue.
Mm-hmm.
She's fairly stealthy. Yes.
And the people who are going to the bridge may be the distraction anyway.
And
Or not to the bridge, to the holding cells. Maybe the distraction anyway. And let's face it, Jacaranda is a tree.
Jacaranda's a tree, and Naui is.
He might be stealthy,
buff.
but she is a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and Naui can kick ass. So
Right.
that's a good. Okay.
And Torn is not stealthy either. So he can.
Torn is a paladin in plate mail. He ain't stealthy
Right.
anyway.
He's not
brought
stealthy,
him?
so.
Why did
He
we
is here
bring?
for one. He is here for one reason and one reason only.
Why did we bring the loud man? Why is the loud
Yeah.
man here?
Why is he
He,
here?
he's here for one reason and one reason only. He's
To
an
lay on
Overwatch
hands.
paladin. That's
Oh.
the only reason he's here. Just because planar fuckery is his thing.
Right. But he can always, like I said, he can be stealthed if he goes on his shield and someone carries him, if necessary.
Why goes on his shield?
Don't-
What is that?
Like, does the shield, like, hover? Is that the thing?
Is it a skateboard?
I don't know. Last time when we were hanging out with him, he went on his shield and we had to carry him up, climbing up getting out of the hole because he never fought with us.
I've forgotten about
Because he fell and went into his shield and like got teleported somewhere and never
he
came
was
out until the
in
fight was
his
over.
shield. I understand now. I understand. I thought you meant he was just sitting on his shield.
Same.
I
I'm like,
understand. Yeah, no.
No,
He can.
no,
yeah,
he goes
can,
on his shield. He can.
Yeah,
meld
he
with
can
his shield.
phase into
Yes,
his shield
yes,
and back
okay,
out.
yes.
No, where every time you said like on his shield, I just kept seeing like him just like knees up, like
Yeah.
riding it like a sled, just like
Incredible.
No.
Same.
Smash cut.
It's like he's your NPC. You should know what he can do. He goes on his shield. That's what he does.
I completely misunderstood. Yes, okay, I get it now.
so let's have Ton do that.
Yes, Torn will bamf into a shield. That is definitely a thing he can do.
And then our Odeon, where would Odeon want to go?
Where the people are.
I want to be where the people are.
Exactly. But that's 2 Disney references. We've had Aladdin, and now we've had Little Mermaid. Now we just need to keep it going. Odeon will go with whoever wants them. Odeon has a...
Sure, come with us.
Sweet.
Right, just in case you need to like have a lock picked or something like that. Odeon would be the...
Sounds good. Okay, so we have... Right, so just clarify the groups for me again.
So Logan, Mara,
Dawn
and
Mara.
are yep.
Cool.
We're
Logan, Dawn, and
pool
Mara.
team. We're pool team.
Yeah, team pool.
Team pool, and then Naui, Jacaranda, and Ton are bridge team.
And Odeon.
And Odeon.
Yeah. Cool.
They're not going to the bridge. They're going to the... I thought they were going to the holding
holding
cells.
cell.
They are. They're just not. I wrote down
Okay,
pool team
cool.
and bridge team, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh,
Like-
because the pool is near the bridge.
Yes.
Ah!
And like everyone
They're going
make
the
me a stealth
opposite way.
check. Stealth checks for everybody.
10.
With pass without trace.
With plus 10, I got 28.
What's my stealth?
As we start moving through, you see Naoi flip up her hood for the first time ever. And she isn't fully like invisible, but she's like great. She's like kind of like chameleon-y, you know, where you're like, if you don't look hard enough, you can't tell she's there. I have a cloak of Elven, kind of gives me advantage on stealth checks. It's just like it's never come up before.
Yeah. So yeah, I got a 33.
I got a 36.
What?
But Mara's stealthy. Well, because I have plus 8 and I rolled an 18 and then the plus
alright.
10.
I had
I rolled a 19.
I had to roll with disadvantage. Like
I
everyone
got a
know
30.
that. Wow. Even with my 28, I am the lowest.
I got a
pretty
28. I'm so proud of
I was
myself. Gets
I'm proud-
absolutely
so proud of
schooled by
myself.
Naoi's very proud of you.
Thank you.
I mean, Ray still has to roll for the NPCs.
Oh
so.
god.
Oh, they're good. They're good.
Okay.
No need to worry.
As
Uh,
if for some reason the pool and the holding cells are less than 90 feet apart, Dewan can keep talking to me mentally. I'm sure they aren't, but
No.
Well,
No.
we can
For a
pop with
while.
our rings.
Oh yeah.
I can't stress enough that Naoi doesn't have her ring on. she doesn't realize she was given a thing to put on.
Oh no.
We never fixed that. There was no
No.
point in that where we fixed that.
Amazing.
That's fine. Jacaranda has one.
I do. Where's but so
I have.
Lupa has yours.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, then Lupa knows when to come helping.
Yeah.
Because it'll be Mara going, help! Help!
Lupa's on the ground somewhere, just like. What's that? What's that, girl? Billy fell down a well.
Oh my god.
What's that? Mara fell off a spaceship?
Okay, so we have Team Pool and Team Cell. Cool. All right. let's take a look here. All right, cool. So first of all, as you split up, and Logan gives you.
Oh, actually, before we leave, Mara cast tongues. No, comprehend languages. One of those two on Nali and Jacaranda.
All right.
Cool. Awesome.
So that they can read what we're seeing.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Or they can hear whatever. They can't read. They can, but if they hear people talking, they know what they're saying.
Okay, cool. I mean,
So tongues on both.
Can read, just not everything.
You guys just can't read everything. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Tongues.
All right.
On
Awesome.
them.
So, yeah, Logan will give you rough directions as you split into these two teams. With your stellar stealth checks, you remain quick and silent. Looking throughout the ship as you progress, you begin to gather that these small kind of like orbs that are creating this red light might also be some kind of detection system, but you're not entirely sure. It's just a general kind of the way that they're staggered makes you feel like perhaps it's some kind of security, some like magical security system. But you are able to easily and deftly make your way past with no issues. Let's start with Team Pool. You make your way as best you can through the ship, and it is very, very quiet. These winding, broken corridors finally open out to this large atrium-esque area. First thing you would see right in the center is a very large and open bowl on a podium connected to this large kind of column through the center, which continues up into the roof itself. On the ground, you see slight kind of bumpy layers underneath the bowl itself that seem to travel almost downwards through the ship itself. And there are, in front of you, there is a doorway, which you would assume leads to the bridge. The second thing you see is 6 empty, what appear to be chambers. 3 on each side of another doorway, which leads back out into the ship. Logan will step inside. Just, all right, this would be the place. No one's here still. That's good. Good for us. Let's make it quick.
Will people be coming?
And just for brevity's sake, Mara is only speaking with the rings or with message to Logan. So nothing she says will be out loud.
Cool.
I guess Dow will take note of that as well. Walkie-talkie earpieces. Woo-woo.
Walking and talking. All right. So, I'm not going to be able to stay connected for too long. So, what information is the most important for you to know? Do you think, in your opinion?
Did we ever figure out what exactly they're doing with the people?
It was suggested, but you never really found out for sure. The suggestion was kind of they were used either as food or as batteries.
Okay,
for
yes.
whatever
whatever. We didn't we never figured out what the whatever was.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
the whatever, and then how? Like, is there a portal they're going through? I would think is the other important thing to know. And how that portal may work.
All right.
Because, like, if it's something we can, like, bust up and, like, trap them on their side, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll do what I can.
So while he's doing this, Mara's going to stand next to him because she still doesn't 100% trust him, and if she has to slit his throat, she wants to be close.
Fair.
Wait, Mara, before, if instead of doing that, could you, because we don't know what the walls say, right? We never did. We
right? I can read the walls as we're walking because I cast comprehend languages.
Okay.
As we were coming down here.
I was gonna say, like, if you wanted to do that, Dawan with her poison fingers can
okay.
Sounds
good. So we're having this side conversation with our rings.
Yeah. Maybe like as we're walking there, it's like if you need to look around and gather like written information, I will.
Sounds good.
Keep an eye on Logan, and also just keep an eye on things.
Cool. Okay. So it's kind of the same as you've already seen, Mara. Just a bunch of what appear to be names that don't like fully translate for obvious reasons. Scattered across sections of the walls. There's also random, like a few random words. Nothing particularly stands out to you. There's kind of the usual kind of like...
So no more of this prophecy?
There is here and there copies of almost what seems to be a creed at this point, like a resolution, as it were, to put out the myriad suns to darken the light, kind of like scattered here and there. But most of it is just names and random words like superior, dominate, blah, blah, like typical villainy shit, basically. But yeah, nothing else really stands out as something important to note down.
Okay, and then she would pay attention to make sure no one's coming. I know it's all quiet and they float and stuff, but she's really listening.
Okay. Okay. So Juan, if you want to make me a perception check, and Mara, if you want to make me an insight check.
6. I notice nothing.
29.
Cool. Yeah, Dewan, you're trying to pay attention as best you can, but there's just a...
But you're creeped out.
There's a really uncomfortable energy.
Like
in the air.
I'm so I get distracted by looking at this pool or whatever. Just the whole vibe.
Mm-hmm. You can see, looking into the actual like bowl itself, it seems to be filled with this bluish whitish liquid. It seems to be just full of it, with like spatters, like small lines and spatters of red throughout. It is not pleasant, and it smells horrible. Completely assaults your sense of smell. But yeah, this whole kind of vibe is really throwing you off, Dewan. You can't seem to concentrate as much as you would like to. As Logan steps up and just kind of looks towards you all and just, you're either going to want to look at me or look away if you're squeamish. And he will just submerge his entire hand into this liquid and wait there for a moment. Closes his eyes as he returns back to a neutral stance, and you can see the eyes behind the eyelids begin to flicker left and right. Mara, with that insight check, yes, you are definitely going to be watching him and watching him closely, but you do not get any hints, at least immediately, of any kind of deception. It seems to be legitimate. As this is happening, let's flick over to Team Cell over here. Your path begins to narrow as you continue. You see a lot less divides and more kind of closed hallways as you carry on towards the end. There's a smell of iron that kind of begins to permeate throughout the air that you're around. Just a tinge of metal in the surrounding area. You continue along the way that you were guided to, and again, remain completely undetected, it seems. You don't hear any rustling, any shuffling, no odd sounds. You seem to be fine as you reach this large door towards the back. Doesn't seem to be any kind of handle or lock on the door itself. Just seems to open as soon as you get close enough, and it opens up into a small box of a room. Looks like it's kind of 15 foot by 15 foot. Not entirely sure what's in it at this point.
We don't see anything.
No, this is the only room that doesn't seem to be illuminated and seems to be covered with some kind of magical darkness.
Oh, magic.
As a reminder, I have blind sight.
You do.
Oh.
I believe it's only 10 foot though, right?
It's only 10 feet, but I have blind sight.
Okay.
So I think now we would... okay, so Jacaranda, if you get onto me, like wrap onto me, I can see a little bit, and then you won't get lost.
Okay. So we're not sure how big this room is then, since it's blind. It's magical darkness.
Judging by what little you can see, you'd guess about 15 by 15. But
okay.
That's like the best guess that you can come up with, because the darkness doesn't cover the entire room. It seems to just cover the inside itself, if that makes sense, like the volume for the most part. It's not like a full like cube of darkness. It's just this kind of circle in the center.
Okay, then I will do as Nawi says.
So my thinking is me and Jack can sneak in, and then I can like mind boop. I don't know who got something for us, be real. Someone.
Odian and
the fucking
Ton.
loud guy.
Oh, Ton's in the shield, so just
Ton's in just Odian. I can mind boop Odian, like, come in, no stop. Okay, to your left is my thinking.
Okay. I like it.
So we're
and
gonna...
we don't hear anything coming out of this magical darkness.
No.
I will do as I just narrated.
Cool. As you step across the threshold of the room itself, just before the darkness, I'd like you both to make a charisma saving throw for me.
Is this like...
No, that isn't what we were told to do. Excuse me.
Is this a charisma check or save?
Save.
Save. So that's dirty 20.
Unless it is something to do with plants or psychic stuff, it's a 13.
Okay. Cool. So, as this happens, you do as you say you're going to do, Noe. You go ahead and kind of help the team feel out this area and figure out what exactly is going on. Blindside is becoming invaluable in this particular instance. And you eventually find some kind of small magical focus that comes into your sights, Noe. You can immediately see like the string of darkness coming out of this crystal. You gather this is more than likely probably the source of the spell, but looking at the looking at the setup of the item itself, it's definitely not quite as arcane as you've seen before. It's just something a bit weird to it. There seems to be some kind of liquid feeding itself through the little stand that it's on and into the crystal itself. Crystal seems to be like blue around the outside and then like a milky white on the inside.
Are there any people here?
Scouting out the room, not that you can see.
Are there holding cells here, like we were told?
Feeling the area out, there are indeed not quite holding cells, but like capsules. There are small capsules across each wall. You can feel out.
No, we don't open another capsule. We already did that.
You can feel out 12.
12 capsules, but they aren't. Are they like there's no glass or anything? It's just like a steel door or something like closed.
Doesn't seem to be any kind of door. Just seems to be like a circular, like semicircular almost.
No one's
capsule.
in it. No one's in it. Nothing
Nope.
is in any of them.
Seems to be some kind of makeshift, like not quite a bed, but something to lay on. In the center of it, but other than that, all 12 of these are empty.
I would be relaying all this to Jack Rando if I might link.
I'm also gonna do the a Sixth Sense vibe check ping just to see if I feel anything within 60 feet.
Yeah, sure. You go ahead and use your Sixth Sense. 60 foot's the range, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You get an immense feeling of cold all around you. The kind that begins to make your skin like tingle with pins and needles. If you had hair, it would be standing on end, but you can feel like, yeah, there's just this intense feeling of negativity. You feel the plants around your head almost begin to just slightly kind of droop as this coldness begins to fill you.
Jacaranda is not having a good day. Darkness and cold, her two things.
Yeah.
She's just like, let me out.
So, Jack, do you think I should try and turn this goop off, or does not seem like anyone's here now?
Something bad is within 60 feet of us. I don't know exactly where. It could be close, it could be far.
I mean, if the people on the ship sealed people, I assume there's a lot of bad things.
But 60 feet is fairly close to us. I mean...
Yeah, but it could be 60 feet upstairs, right?
Yes. I mean, what would we gain from taking or turning off the crystal that we don't have now?
Well, nothing. I just wasn't sure. I wanted to make sure I asked you. You are part of the team, you know?
Thank you. I am. I wouldn't want to tamper with anything unless we believe it would benefit us And right now I'm not sure that tampering this would be the best course of action. Just if someone else comes along and it's turned off, then they would know.
Yes. I agree. I guess there's no one here, so we should just leave the room and wait for the others.
Ooh, I can use my wand of secrets.
What does that do?
It tells me if there are secret things around. What is it?
Tells you if a secret door or a trap is within 30 feet.
30 feet. So I will try that. Let's try that. Is there a secret door or trap within 30 feet?
All right. You activate the wand. It immediately starts to glow. You feel it move, lurch, without your input as it points towards the wall on your left.
Mm-hmm.
And then lurches again towards the wall on your right. And again towards the one ahead of you.
Do I know whether it's a trap or a secret door?
Nope, one's not that specific, I'm afraid.
Oh no.
What is the stick you have?
So it's special. I mean, more than most sticks. All sticks are special. But this one's extra special because it tells me if there are secret doors or traps, and it says there's all this whole direction. There's one of those things.
Oh.
So either a trap or a door. I feel like trap is like a big probably.
There's probably both. If they keep people here, it would make sense that they had secret ways to keep people here, and then they have secret ways to keep people here, and then they have a trap way, so if you fall for it, they catch you, and now you're a person trapped here.
Ooh.
Are you guys relaying this information to Odeon, who happens to be a rogue? Just saying.
I'm not. I'm only talking to Jacaranda because I don't
Okay.
Yeah.
The only
I mean,
way to...
you said you were going to like mind tell Odeon earlier what was happening, but I guess nothing has really happened yet.
Yeah, the only way to know would be to chuck them. I don't have a way to chuck them myself.
I do not either.
Not safely, besides just like touching it.
Just running into it.
I don't think the shield man can help us. He is quite loud.
He's loud. Well,
we could ask the other person with us.
Yeah.
I 1 second. I will be right back, and I hang up with you. I'm sorry. I did not get your name. Person in the hallway. It is me. You can't see me. It's Snowy. I'm in the dark. If you. Oh, okay. If you come straight and then a little to your left, you'll bump into us. Can you open doors?
I've had some practice.
Oh, no, okay. Can you open doors that's like might blow up or something?
Yes. I'm pretty proficient with that.
And you open doors. No. That reminds me of Critical Role. Their big nemesis are doors.
I think that's every campaign's nemesis. It's just doors and like things that are slightly more described than anything else.
We have found some secrets, but we don't know if they are traps or if they are just doors.
All right.
Or if they are trap doors, or if they are secret.
Secret traps.
Traps.
Secret doors. Secret trap doors.
Door trap. Now he just keeps mumbling in this poor person's head, forgetting that she's connected to someone and not thinking to herself.
Odeon pulls the backpack from his back and kind of seats it in his lap.
I don't know if it'd be a problem. I don't know if you'll be able to see in here.
All right, never mind then.
Is that a problem? Should we mess with the jewel?
moves their way back a little bit, and they pull out this large wooden structure almost from the bag. You watch as they pull it up, put it down onto the ground, just kind of next to them, and you see those, or I guess Jacaranda might have seen it. I don't think Nawi has yet. As he pulls his hand up, you see these thin arcane strings attach away from his hand and to the object itself. You watch as it kind of clicks and unfolds a little bit as the magic begins to pulse through it, and this small kind of wooden automaton begins to form and unfold itself and wraps out a little bit, yeah. Begins to kind of unfold and wrap out. You see a little kind of like little set of arms, little head, little body, and then underneath just this small spinning section that begins to just twirl a little, the kind of almost like Beyblade-esque, I guess, just kind of spins into the ground itself. And they'll just slowly move their hand across. The little automaton does the same and just all right, just tell me which direction I need to go. If you could.
All three, all of them.
All right. Let's go ahead.
Can we maybe move back out for this part?
You muted for that.
You want to not be in the room?
Well, just if it's a trap, then...
Oh, okay. But if it's, we won't see. If no one's here.
Do you have a connection with... Actually, I have one thing I can do. So Jacaranda is going to, like, prick her hand, and then a bit of sap, which is her blood, will come out. So I will be casting Animate Blood. And I will put it... I'll just put it on the automaton as it goes by. I can see and hear through this.
Oh, okay. Take it back now, y'all.
One hop this time.
One hop this time.
Well, I'll back us out of the room.
Slide to the left.
And have
Amazing.
Ray roll against their own trap.
Yes. I expected this to be, you know, a heist. In reality, it's my own heist against myself.
You like set. You're like, what if I made all these challenges? Oh wait, only the NPCs can do the challenge.
Yeah.
Well, while Mara is watching Logan, she would send a message to Jacaranda and say, "Remember, you wanted to leave seeds."
Jacaranda does not remember what that means.
You were gonna leave seeds
Yeah,
around so that we
you
could
spy on
scry.
them. Yeah.
So we could scry after they go back to their
like the little
world.
plant things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You were gonna leave seed places that are obvious, so that we could.
Right.
I know it was like 6 months ago when we had this conversation and planned this heist, but
How'd you do against your trap, Ray?
So the automaton rolled a 4.
Sick.
So, it'll wander up, and it'll follow your directions.
Fucking punch the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll follow your directions, so it just kind of tilts its head and just bang. You hear like the softest of thunks against something before the crystal shatters on the other side of the room and the darkness pulses out into the entire room, filling the whole thing suddenly. I I would like you two to make another charisma saving throw for me.
Even
No,
if we're
it's
out
like
of the
I could-
room?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I was like, I could have done that. If that is that how you open? I could have done that. Why did I could have done that.
That is a 16.
A 3.
A 3?
Charisma's not my stat, gang.
Oh no!
I was told I was here to fight. It sounds like I should have gone to the pool, perhaps. Charisma is not my stat.
So
Decidedly.
cool. So the the darkness now fills the entire room and almost begins to kind of like, it doesn't quite leak out of the room itself, but it's like right at the door.
Okay.
You hear the bump. Jacaranda, you take a moment. You turn to your side. No, he's gone. Just
Hello?
out.
That is not good. Maybe my blood should have been on Naui.
As you turn, Odion is also not there.
This is like Jacaranda's worst nightmare. She's alone and it's dark and it's cold and she's just like, oh.
Can I hear anything like from my blood in the room?
No.
An important question. Can Jacaranda still feel our mind link?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Yeah. I don't know how that mind link works. I'm going to.
Am I within 90 feet of Jacaranda still?
Oh no. No.
Okay.
Oh no.
Wow.
Yeah, so Jacaranda, you have this just pit of darkness now in front of you, and both of your allies are no longer in your presence.
So through the ring where I can speak with Dewan and Mara, I am going to say, so everyone's gone. Gone. Just everybody's gone.
Everyone who?
So Odion and Naui, they have disappeared.
What do you mean?
They are gone. Should I go too? I can probably go too.
Go where?
That's what I would find out by going.
Where's Ton?
In the shield.
Where's
Is the shield with you?
Yeah, I have the shield.
Let Ton out. Knock on the shield. Ask him to come out.
A slight glow a slight glow and a bluish kind of like flash as this
Does Ton have to do a charisma saving check?
No, Torn wasn't there. Torn's good.
Ton comes out, disappears immediately.
That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Torn pops out, like as he kind of forms, he puts a hand through the shield to equip it, immediately draws his blade, like ready to go, because he's assumed he's being brought in for a fight, and then just
so everybody disappeared. There might be traps or secret doors in that room, and it makes people disappear when it's a trap.
Right.
So should we try the other walls, or
I was in there for maybe 10 minutes.
a lot happens in 10 minutes?
How many rounds that is, bud?
Ask him if he has any way to sense where Nawi and Odian have gone.
Oh, I can scry. I can scry. Should I scry?
You can.
Okay.
In the
Okay.
meantime-
Here, we'll try it. Is this the time for that, or maybe is that gonna be like? It's like 10 minutes. So
I can watch you.
okay. Okay. So I'm gonna scry on Nawi's mask. Does Nawi still have the mask? Okay.
Okay. As this has happened, just flicking back to the other team for a moment. Before you just got this message, you just had Logan suddenly go, "Oh, that's not good." And then, like, as he's about to speak, you then get this message from Jacaranda. He just, and as that conversation kind of ends, he pulls his hand away and just, so if a thing got triggered, and they might be in a significant amount of peril, and we should probably go and, make sure they aren't in significant peril. There are sections of this ship that are specifically designed to be small magical pocket planes to either hold prisoners or hold intruders, and they've triggered one. So we should probably go and deal with that.
So they're in a pocket plane meant to deal with intruders, and they're in peril. How do we... Let's go. Why are we... Mara? Wait. No. Mara?
We should go. Did you get all the information? Wait, first, did you get the information?
I got as much as I could before that happened, and the entire ship started screaming that someone messed with something.
Now, you say
Okay.
the entire ship is screaming. Does this also mean that your friends are aware of...
I have no idea, and that's why we should go.
Where? How?
Okay.
It's like, you just see Logan kind of like break down into a small panic because he's like,
Can you dimension door?
this way. It like just begins moving towards one of the corridors.
Okay. Take that as a no.
No,
follow him.
no. He'll just kind of...
She doesn't want to try it because she'd get stuck in a wall, so... She doesn't know the ship well enough. She gets stuck in a wall.
Try and,
She
like,
gets stuck in a
no-clip
wall,
through
or...
this shit.
Stuck in a wall, or just free fall from the ship.
Right.
Not again! All right. As Jacaranda, you would see this from your scry, but Noe, you kind of just blink for a moment and then find yourself in a completely different place.
Ooh.
You pop up, as it were, in what appears to be this large circular, almost looks arena-esque in a way, but you see up into where the stands would usually be is just rows and rows of cages, all empty at the moment, thankfully, but just rows upon rows of cages that seem to line the outside here. There's no door going in and no door going out. Just this circle. There are high walls that seem to surround you, that seem to be coated with a purplish energy around the outside. This area is deathly silent. You can hear your own heart beating at this point.
Now just kind of looks around, takes a beat, whistles, and is like, Lupa.
Lupo will appear by your side.
I am not sure where we are, but it is, it looks like a fighting cage pit situation, so you should probably get ready until the others find us.
First of all, there's a kind of a purplish sky above you, almost a nebula of purple and black, but no stars. It would be pretty if you weren't currently in the situation you were in. And secondly, there's a rumble before you. Jacaranda, as your scry, kind of looks a little elsewhere at this point. There's a slight rumble as underneath the ground, these tiny, small claws begin to pull their way out of whatever dirt and dust is creating this earth beneath you. They begin to kind of burrow their way upwards. You begin to see like these small, spindly, clawed legs attached to this fleshy, bulbous mass of a body as they crawl outwards. There are two that are a little bigger than the rest and seem to have this long, spiked tail that kind of sits like a scorpion above their whatever this mass seems to be. And then dropping its cloak in the center, this large, four-legged monstrosity of a creature dripping with goo and ooze across its large frame. It locks eyes with you and stares with these large purple eyes.
Naui smiles, gets on Lupa, and is like, well, pulls her mask down. And as she does, you see, I guess Jacaranda would see a mask start to form over Lupa's head that matches Naui's. I guess let's have some fun.
He is sick.
And takes out the queen's sword because she has it.
I'm sure this is going to be fine.
It shakes and splutters once as this pinkish energy begins to gather across a section of its head. As it splutters, this kind of purplish goo and ichor splutters from the tentacles that hang from its mouth.
Ew.
And as it stares you down and you begin this morph, that's why we're in the session.
Hell yeah. Now he's so fucking ready to 1v1 this thing.
So, is Odian there?
Is Odian in his own?
I'm alone,
arena?
so he ain't here.
Yeah, Naui has not seen Odian currently.
He ain't here.
So Odian is not there.
Okay.
He's in the NPC holding zone, so Ray doesn't have to narrate.
Right, yeah.
Not quite, but also kind of.
Kind of.
Odian is T-posing until we decide to crown Odian.
Odian's in Hammerspace
I want to
right
get
now.
I want to get the party there, and then I'll get the NPCs there.
Okay, well, that did not go according to plan. We immediately...
I can't stress enough that
What are you talking about? My plan went perfectly fine.
I can't stress enough that me, Austin, is thrilled to 1v1 this Eldritch Horror, so... Ray's like, make her
Juan's
charisma
never
check.
letting Noe
Well,
out of her sight again.
Right.
They'll
Jenny's going
never
to
be splitting the party
murder
anymore.
This story will never be told outside of this
Nope.
party.
Nope.
No one will
It was a
breathe a
dream.
word of this.
I can't
Nightmare.
believe Dewan left her girlfriend alone for literally 10 minutes and she got kidnapped immediately.
Noe is thrilled about it. They're like, all
Yes.
right, let's go. I haven't hit something in days.
Immediately
Could be
kidnapped.
years. I don't know how the veil works.
Immediately.
Cool.
Uh,
Let's
Good
hit it
shit.
with these outros.
Amazing. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and give everyone a chance to plug what they would like to plug. Gonna start with Melissa.
Hi, I am So Much Geek, SEW Much Geek, also known as Melissa. And if you check out my Twitter, that's where I usually post things.
Amazing. Rochelle.
I enjoyed that.
I'm Rochelle, Dragon Gem here on Twitch, the Dragon Gem on Twitter. I stream on my own channel on Sundays and Wednesdays. I play lots of puzzle games, and on Wednesdays I'm also playing God of War since I've never played it before, and it's on PC now. So yeah, you should come by and visit. Any Twitch proceeds that I gain on my channel or donate it to local animal shelters in my area. So yeah.
Fantastic. Jesse.
Hello, I'm Jessie, Jahoos the Moose on the interwebs. I do art things. And sometimes I will remember to post them on Twitter. Or Instagram. Both usernames work in both places. Yes. I'm not doing much until next month? 2 months? Whatever. Time is weird. It's like the veil. Woo!
Time is a suit. Time is a suit. Austin.
Oh yeah, I'm the last one before Ray. Hey, I'm Austin. You can find me on Twitter at SailorScott It's at Sailor SCT Austin. And every Wednesday I have a podcast, Secret History Nerd Mysteries. Every Saturday I'm on Transplanar RPG on Twitch. Every Monday I'm here. Every other day, don't bother me. That's a lie. Follow me on Twitter. I'm chronically on Twitter. You can bother me there. I'm a game writer, narrative designer, podcaster, dog lover, cat lover, bird tolerator.
Oh my god.
Oof. All right. As always, follow all of these wonderful people in all that they do. Support them. Hi, I'm Ray. You can find me at RedMageRay on Twitter. I do stuff here mostly on Friends Who Roll Dice. You can find me here, GMing the Mind of the Martyr. You can find me also here on Fridays with our Hades foreshot. There are 3 episodes left. That's going to be super cool, super hype. I'm very excited for that. You can also find me in a few other places here and there that I can't mostly talk about yet. But hey, that's fine. And the 22nd, you can find me over on the Neon Caster. I'm working with Nathan again, who is fantastic, and you should support them in everything they do as well, because they're brilliant. And we're going to be playing a version of their new TTRPG, which is going to be based around lots of 90s, early 2000s JRPGs, where essentially JRPG characters jumping into halfway through disc 1 of the game, so to speak. So that's going to be really cool. I'm super looking forward to that. Yeah, cool. That's everything I really have to spiel. So we're going to go ahead and send the love that you have given us elsewhere. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Ray. Happy birthday, Ray. Happy birthday, Ray.
Thank. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and send the love elsewhere. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe, keep well, keep hydrated, wear your bloody masks, and keep moving forward. And we will see you next week. Take care now. Bye.